The case of the Minnesota
This
assassin.
unsuspecting
Bro, this nigga's a monster. The case of the Minnesota assassin.
man is about to show just how much of a monster he really is.
Like Assassin's Creed type shit.
On September 12th, 2021, this man, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs, assassinated 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has gathered the footage and case details about Antoine and how all 4 murders came to be in order to present the whole story in its entirety.
Bro, Antoine, and he at every location, bro. Oh yeah, he busted.
This all started very early.
We need to arrest this nigga. Get him, lock him up. I ain't never go for nobody.
Antoine arrived in Minnesota via airplane from his home state of Arizona, and footage shows that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But that changes very soon.
He taking trips
Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them. A few days later, on September 11th, late at night, Antoine revisits the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations report that this car was recently loaned to Antoine. It is unknown whether or not Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group.
Oh, he might be
it's a
one of
logical
just a
hypothesis considering the value of this luxury car Antoine is now driving. We have yet to unfold the full story of this case, as it is only just heating up. We don't know why Antoine revisited the airport, but the surveillance footage gives us a glimpse at his passenger, who bears a striking resemblance to one of his future murder victims.
Hey look, if I'm doing some crime, I'm gonna have a baddie too. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have the baddie beside my side, you know what I'm saying? Just in case I wanna whoop the whoop whoop whoop, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All the time, nigga.
If the passenger is indeed Nitosha, then this was one of the last images showing her alive. According to a complaint
You killed her? I did not expect you to kill her.
By an anonymous person. A witness said they saw
a monster.
Antoine and Nitosha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Records also show that Nitosha's aunt told investigators that Antoine and Nitosha were romantically involved. Putting all this information together, it's becoming more and more likely that this passenger is indeed Nitosha. After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Nitosha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other people who would soon become Antoine's other 3 future murder victims. They were Lois Foreman III, Matthew Pettis, and Jasmine Sturm.
Okay. Damn, so she brought him to meet his friends, and then he kills her whole friend group? And her? That's crazy, but it's the only thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking, alright, one of these is his girlfriend, but one of these is single, right? And one of them was talking to her, and Antoine got mad, and he just took it on everybody.
Just hours later that same night, now the very early morning of September 12th, surveillance footage caught this altercation sometime around 3:30 a.m. in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Damn. He's just shooting in the house? Was that him right
there? In this footage, we hear gunshots and then that same Mercedes car speed through the streets.
Well, that was him. That was definitely him.
It is clear this is when the murders happened. But what Antoine does after this is quite shocking. On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, Antoine decided that he needed help hiding the bodies. So he makes plans to meet up with his father, 56-year-old Darren Osborne,
your dad gonna
at a gas station
not doing
during the
time for you,
day.
gang.
Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield where they would find an inconspicuous place to dump the car.
Bruh, I did not know it was playing off this, too. That's crazy.
Osborne later told officers that he had no idea at this point there were bodies in
in the car?
On the way to meet with his father, Antoine stops at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup spot.
His dad's
surveillance footage that shows this particular stop, you can even see one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat.
He was driving with them inside the car, bro. This man is a real assassin. Really a movie, like,
showing no signs
really
of
movie
life.
type shit.
And while those bodies are in the car, Antoine Antoine is inside the gas station, paying for his gas just like it's another normal day. Antoine continued traveling.
Look at that
to
one
the
of them states you
meetup
gotta come
spot,
outside
moving
from the
St.
gas
Paul,
station.
Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station. We see him and his father convene at the gas station and they speak a bit before driving away. It is presumed Antoine had now moved the body out of the front passenger seat, considering his father would have clearly noticed a deceased human being sitting in the car. That is, if Antoine's father is telling the truth.
You know that body's still
Again,
there.
at this point, according to the father, he did not know what Antoine was up to. However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father, soon after the meetup, that he had snapped and shot the victims.
What?
At this point, it's becoming more and more difficult for Antoine's father to deny his involvement with this situation.
Cause he did help.
Antoine and his father allegedly went on to hide the car with the bodies in it in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. It is reported that a local anonymous farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn
And you left the
County,
car there,
Wisconsin.
bro? You a dummy,
He very
bro.
quickly reported it to the police. At this time, no one knew of Antoine's or his father's involvement. However, we do have body cam footage that details some of the officers' experiences investigating the car in the cornfield with the deceased victims in it. What they find is extremely brutal.
That's where we're going right here.
So they really in the cornfield looking, bro. The whole truck right there. The whole car. All the evidence. All the fingerprints right there. Found the spot. Bingo. Bingo.
We did open the back door. We need to open the back door.
Do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know?
They all stuff right there.
The behind the driver?
So they were stiff when you moved them?
Yes.
What he said?
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, you know, hard, stiff, rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure. Thank you guys. Yep.
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite,
Yeah, you had to get rid of the car. That car was over with.
right side of the ear
You could never say that.
on the male.
These officers are taking careful note of entry and exit wound details
That's
for
crazy.
a very important reason. This detail alone is extremely helpful in determining if the murders were committed with intent or in self-defense.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
It didn't look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body though.
Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's whole. Watch your right shoulder now.
Yeah.
Oh, what's in the pocket, Dan?
There? Triangle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's dripping right now. Oh yeah, male, and shot into the head. Right, yep. There's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat,
Yeah.
right below.
Alright, so
right
obviously
shoulder,
just take a
see that
picture
white
and shit.
strip?
Also in the brain.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Alright, well. Did we look through the... Well, let's just get out of here, I guess. Let's talk to Kyle.
During later investigations, Antoine's Arizona ID card was found on the floor of the car, covered in blood.
This nigga left his ID. He left his ID in a murder. Quadruple murder, bro.
This pointed the officers directly to him
Stupid.
and later his father as well, as more information was discovered after they reviewed the previously shown surveillance footage. Officers arrested Antoine's father first, and then charged Antoine with 4 counts of
always get
hiding
this
a
snitch though
corpse.
first. You
Antoine,
gonna tell
now
it all.
back in Arizona, turned himself in to the Arizona authorities. Antoine would now be brought back to St. Paul, Minnesota, the city where he committed the murders. This is where his dramatic legal trial would take place. Over the course of the next few days of Antoine's trial, he claimed incredulously that he acted in self-defense in the killing and transporting of the 4 victims, which the prosecutors stated that they find improbable. Antoine has had a lengthy history of breaking the law, including multiple instances of unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana in a vehicle, driving with a suspended license, and much more. Even though Antoine had never racked up any charges nearly as serious as murder, this made it quite clear that Antoine is no stranger to criminal activity. During the trial, Antoine never gave any reason other than self-defense. He said the 4 victims were attempting to rob him, claiming he was the victim in this situation. However, going back to what the police learned about the entry and exit wounds of the bullets in the bodies, it's obvious this is definitely not a case of self-defense. Even though no one believed Antoine's excuse, he still gave no other reason as to why he did this. So we may never know his true motive for murder, and was sentenced to 103 years in prison. His father, Darren Osborne, was charged with 1 count of aiding an offender. After pleading guilty, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Damn, 103 years to 5 years? That's crazy. That's a big difference, bro. That's a crazy big difference. But this is the case of the Minnesota assassin, bro. I'm going to cheat y'all up later. Thank you for watching, everybody. Watch. And I'm trying to hurry up and cut this up before I have to get up out of here. Come on, come on. Come on. Work with me. Work with me, baby. Work with me, baby. Come on. Work with me. Alright, y'all. See y'all later. All love, man. Y'all stay positive. And stay safe, brother. Come on.